Welcome.
Yeah.
Another Hot Shots Secret Facebook, YouTube, social media live.
Are we on Instagram too?
No.
Oh, okay, Chad.
We need to get hip to that. We've got a new product to talk about.
We do?
We love new products.
We do.
New product-ish.
No, this
New
is
version
new
of
version,
a new product. Yep. But as always, we're asking where you guys are watching from. Aaron's not here today, but he likes to know which projects you're working on. He likes to hear about your vehicles. But we're dual streaming YouTube, Facebook. Be sure to like and share and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, all of them.
All the above.
We're on Rumble too with Steve Summers.
Yep, with Steve Summers as well. Yep.
So,
yeah,
we just are going to jump into this.
Right into it, I guess. So
Black Diamond.
Black Diamond.
It
10W30.
It really gets no better. I always like to say that this is the greatest oil ever engineered. I will put this oil up against any oil on the market, hands down, and we'll talk about why that is. But it's one of those things that, like, if I was in a oil battle to the death and I had to select any oil on earth to win the championship, this is it. What's cool is we've always had Black Diamond as a 1540, and now, after a lot of demand, we've launched it in a 10W30. So that viscosity for all the new models that are switching over to 1030s, got the oil for it now.
Absolutely. And the nice part about Black Diamond is it's a PAO-based oil, so Group 4, full synthetic, and it's actually based off of our Adrenaline series oil.
It is. Like, it's kind of like the secret that we don't really keep a secret.
Right.
And I think we'll kind of dive into that because I just had a conversation with a dealer that we were onboarding to kind of lay the land of our oils: green diamond, gray diamond, blue diamond, black diamond. Where do they all balance, and what's the difference, and what's the right oil for me? Well, Black Diamond is a very specific, specialized oil that's not for everybody. But we'll tell you a little bit more about the formulation and what it's best used for. Of course, it has our FR3 in it.
Like all our oils.
Every single one of the oils we make, we put our FR3 in. One thing unique about our oils, if you ever look at an analysis, this is how we can always tell if it's one of ours. The entire industry uses molybdenum, as your anti-wear. And moly's been around for 40, 50 years. It's a staple in the lubricant industry. It is an excellent anti-wear. It does very well initially, but moly breaks down. And so, if you want me to do one of my dumb analogies?
Sure. You got it, man. You got this covered. I'll go sit over here. You got this.
So, the way the lab rats explain this to me, molybdenum is like a bunch of plates. So, you know how a kid likes to shuffle cards on a table when they go like this? I'm not sliding these very well. But imagine a whole bunch of cards on the table that you're sliding around. That's how moly works. So it's a bunch of plates that are between your two metal surfaces in the lubricant, and they slide on each other. And that prevents the wear from the two pieces of metal touching. And that's what we're trying to do in tribology. So where moly has its limits is just like a deck of cards. If a kid's smushing them around on the table, they start to hit. And you start to bend the cards and chip off. And that's what happens to these moly plates. They start to hit and they start to break down. Then pretty soon you got half the size plates. And then you got a bunch of little tiny plates, and they don't slide very well, and you lose protection. So what that means is, regardless if you're running a conventional oil, a semi-synthetic, a full synthetic, or even a Group 4 PAO that's going to stay in grade for a very, very long time, that protection package of the moly breaks down over time. So your best protection is day one. A little bit worse day two, a little bit worse day three. Over the life of that oil, by the time you go to change your oil, you're getting the least protection on that last day. What's unique about FR3 and why we use that, and if you see our oil analysis, you'll never see any moly in our oils. The FR3 is what we use. It's patent technology that we use as our anti-wear. The whole conversation of another day of the nanocarbons and how they work, but the main point of it is they don't break down. So you get the same protection of the FR3 the first day you pour it in to your 20,000th mile or however long your interval goes. You've got the same protection level. And so That right there sets all of our oils apart.
Right.
But most importantly, in the black diamond, that is one of our core aspects to it. The you want to get into the formulation and what makes it special?
Yeah. So the big part of it is it has a high amount of zinc in it and a high amount of TBN. Tons, like way more than you need. So the zinc, it's 3 times the level required for a CK4 package.
3 times.
3 times.
Not as much, not right to the spec, not double. It's actually, I think our version analysis reports on it around 33 to 3,400 parts per million.
That sounds a little high to me, but I could be completely wrong. So
I got it.
But I don't know it either. And also the TBN's above 14.
Right.
So it's actually like 14 and a half usually.
Yep. And I don't know.
Analysis usually shows like 14.7.
I saw one specialized oil somebody showed me once that was at a 14, but you're good luck finding an oil that's at a TBN level 14. And what TBN, and you want to explain that?
TBN is what's used to help address the acidity in the oil that happens as you fire an engine. So as you fire a diesel engine, gas engine, doesn't matter. The soot and all the other stuff that comes off of the process of firing an engine creates an acidic type event.
It introduces acids to the system,
Into the system. And what TBN is kind of that neutralizer.
It's the base.
It's acid the base. Yeah, acid base, yep.
So you need that
TBN's known as total base number.
Total base
and it's in gasoline, it's in diesel engines.
Sure.
It's a higher base number in diesel engines or diesel oils versus the gas oil.
Right, and that's because all that good stuff, your additive package in the oil is really limited by your emission system. Catalytic converters in gas vehicles are a lot more stringent, and so you can't put as much good stuff in a gas oil as you can in diesel oil. Diesel DPFs can handle a little bit more, and that's why you usually have better additive package in diesel oil. That's why in the performance world, a lot of people just use off-the-shelf diesel oil, and we call it poor man's racing oil.
Right.
Because this is not poor man's racing oil. It's actually rich man's racing oil. It's not cheap stuff, but the irony to this oil is it's the most expensive oil we sell.
It's actually more expensive than racing oils.
It is, and it's we don't make much money off of it.
No,
it costs a fortune to make this stuff. It's more we're not paying the bills with this oil. We're providing this to the market to have a very specialized oil. To kind of lay the land of like where this product sits and like who it's right for, like if it's the right for your application. Most importantly, this is for pre-emissions vehicles. You cannot have any emission systems on the vehicle, and that's because the zinc content is so high that zinc would clog up your DPF pretty quickly, or a catalytic converter for that matter. So this is for non-emissions equipment only, and we put a big DPF thing on the front of it, just so you know. So I like to set the table, as I say, with our oils and what the difference is. And here's how the best way I can explain Black Diamond. I have to explain the other oils to make Black Diamond make sense. So, and I'll give you a Kyle short version of that. So good luck, wave me off when we're done.
Got that comparison chart too.
Yeah,
you can go to on the website. Yep.
Yeah, see if you can pull that up. So when we look at our, let's call them our over-the-road entry-level oils, you're looking at like our green diamonds. Those come in and we make a group 2, group 3 blend, which we call a semi-synthetic. We make a full group 3, which is a synthetic. And then we have a gray diamond, which is a Euro blend. That's a full synthetic. Your next step after that, all of our oils are on that whole another level of group 4 PAOs. So our blue diamond, and this is hard for people to understand, our blue diamond has the same additive package, has the same protection as our green diamonds do. The difference is that base oil. So how long of an interval do you want to run? All of these oils have a great additive package and protection package with the FR3 and everything else we do. So you're confident in any of the oils you choose from us have that great protection. It's just a matter of how long of an interval you want to go. So if you're a guy that's just changing your oil religiously at 3,000 miles no matter what, then you could run our green diamond semi-synthetic. That's
actually what I'd recommend to you because
save
it's
the
a waste of money if you do anything else.
And that oil, as a matter of fact, we got fleets that run like 40, 50,000 miles on that oil. But that oil can well go past a small interval. So if you're trying to upgrade to a full synthetic green diamond or a full synthetic gray diamond or any of these Group 4 PAOs, you're never using all that extra, shear resistance. Like they're all going to hold grade for 3,000 miles. So just go with, the semi-synthetic. Where the Group 4 set themselves apart, and that's when we get into the blue diamond stuff. It's a Group 4 base oil, and I can get into the carbon chain thing if we really want to get technical. But in short, the carbon chain is synthesized in a lab so that it can't break. Therefore, it's going to hold its viscosity. It's not going to shear out of grade ever. We've had trucks go 50, 100, 150. We just had our first trucks hit 200,000 miles on an oil change because they're using a Group 4 PAO base oil. Now, there's more to that. In order to go that long, you need to be running a bypass filter. We have a TBN booster additive, like we just talked about, that can re-additize that as you deplete the TBN package. And we do analysis to make sure everything's in check to keep them going that long. But we've been selling this blue diamond oil for a long, long time. Back under the lubrication specialties label, like
It's the OG oil of
it
us.
is. It's why all our stuffs are called diamond. I think stuff was called blue diamond, and we kind of kept with that naming. So this was well before we ever got into motorsports and performance. So when we decided that we were going to make a racing oil, well, we're not a racing oil company, which is a good thing. That means we don't have to rely on selling racing oil to pay the bills here, and it's kind of a playground for our R&D. But it also allows us to take a different approach to it. So we took a fresh approach, and sure enough, like, what's the first thing we do? Okay, which base oil are we going to use? Well, we've got 25 years of experience with this Blue Diamond PAO Group 4 base oil that will not shear out of grade. So when we're formulating the adrenaline oils, which those guys at these high horsepower and tight tolerances can shear an oil out of grade in one or two hooks on the pole track or a few runs down the drag strip, well, duh, we're going to use a Group 4 PAO. We're going to resist that oil from shearing out of grade. So that was the foundation of the adrenaline racing oil, is a Group 4 PAO. Where it differs is the racing oil also is something that doesn't go into anything with emission systems. It's for off-road use only. It's for vehicles that don't have a catalytic converter, DPFs, race car stuff. So that allows us to go crazy with the additive package. We max out the zinc package, which we use a special zinc. It's a sulfur-based zinc. That's a long story. I believe we're around 2,000 parts per million calcium, and no phosphorus because we don't use ZDDP. And one key ingredient, we run about 1,000 parts per million antimony.
Antimony, yep.
If you want to mess with an oil guy, ask them how much antimony they put in their oil. Because antimony is the most expensive additive you can get your hands on. It is an anti-wear that, in layman's terms, supercharges the zinc. So we have this 3,000 plus parts per million zinc, which is just a ton. We put 1,000 parts per million antimony to supercharge that 3,000. You're talking about, and then on top of our FR3 nanocarbons, our adrenaline racing oils are the most protection you'll ever get. Best formulated oils. So that big circle was coming home to explain what black diamond is. So you have a decision to make if you want to get to these Group 4s. Blue diamond, which is safe for emission systems and has that Group 4 base oil and gets you on a long interval. Adrenaline racing oil, which is a Group 4 base oil with all of the protection package of a racing oil. Well, what if Blue Diamond made a baby with adrenaline racing oil? Enter Black Diamond. So why
and what Black Diamond has and adrenaline doesn't is the package needed for daily driving.
Right.
So that's a question we get a lot. Can I use adrenaline in my daily driver?
Yep.
Well, no, you can't because it just doesn't have the additive package to take care of those daily detergents and deposits.
Oh, you're talking about the racing oil?
The racing oil.
Right.
Yeah.
So racing oils, we tend not to add a ton of detergents in TBN because people aren't running 10,000.
Exactly. They're draining it. So,
right.
So hence we have Black Diamond.
And Black Diamond is the best of both worlds.
Right.
So what it actually is, it is our full-blown racing oil with the detergents and the TBN of an oil that goes long intervals with the base oil that doesn't shear. Why we designed this was really because of you crazy people out there that are building 1,000, 1,500 horsepower street creatures and driving these trucks on roads. That was never seen in the past. And so if you need the protection of a racing oil, but you street drive it, so you also need the detergents to get a full interval in, there's no better oil than Black Diamond.
Right.
It is literally the kitchen sink, the bathroom, everything. Like, we could not put another drop of goodness into it. It's everything.
Yeah. It's just so crazy good. It's like you couldn't even imagine how good it really is to use it.
It is. We spared no expense on this one. This is literally like the R&D's playground. Like, if you could create the world's greatest oil, and it's one of those things, you send them back. All right, well, if cost is no issue, what else would you put in it? And just send them back to the lab until they're like, we can't put anything else in. It literally has everything we could put in oil. So,
yeah,
who's
I mean,
it
it's
for?
already at a crazy amount of all those things you mentioned: the
Right.
zinc, the antimony, TBN, calcium. Everything is just to the extreme level. It's like you put any more in it, you're not doing any good.
Right.
It's actually too much already, but we're there to have it.
Right. We are flexing a little bit on this oil. It's kind of it's almost a little show off oil. But what kind of applications? I'm not even following notes. I normally don't. But let me know if I'm missing anything. But as far as application, like who would use this oil? Well, I'll give you a few examples. First of all, the most ones that buy the most of this oil is, like I said, is like the street-driven, high horsepower vehicles that need the protection of a racing oil, but also drive it on a street interval. So we see a lot of these big, diesel trucks that are built that are roaming these streets.
Mhm.
I'll tell you another excellent use of this oil is, and some of the other brands out there branded as hot rod oil. This is the best hot rod oil. So all of your older classic cars, your muscle cars, stuff that flat tapped cams that are looking for a high zinc oil, you're not going to beat the zinc package in this. We don't market it towards hot rod oil like some of the other lubricant brands come, but this is hot rod oil.
Right.
And what's unique about that is we've always had it in a 1540, which is good for some of the classic cars and muscle cars, but some of them run 30 weight. And although we brought this out for the new 10W30 diesels, it also opens it up to this whole 30 weight gas market that's looking for a high zinc that also might cruise that vehicle, cruise a classic car with a big engine or, a hot rod. So having a 30 and 40 weight option now kind of opens this up to a bunch of new markets and new
Right.
opportunities.
Right, for sure. And I lost my thought.
Let me check in. Anybody's out there? Dan Zelton's in. What's
I
up,
was trying
Dan?
to check as well.
Watching from Camp Hill. It was good to catch up at Matt's with everyone. Thanks, Josh. Thanks for coming and seeing us out there. Daniel Johnson's out there. What's up? Battle Scarred Motorsports. They were just down with us in Florida for the season opener. Fred Johnson's in. What's up, Fred? Fred's got quite a cool truck you're going to see here soon. My mom's in, as always. Love you, Ma. What's up, Dan Yost? Brandon's in. Levi, notably, oh my gosh, what did he put? Light duty roll tightens a particulate matter emission standard that will, for the first time, require the use of particulate filters on gasoline vehicles. I saw this. You see this?
I did.
The new GPFs?
You were telling me about it.
Yeah, so we'll, I don't know why Levi just put that in there.
A man of any interest. He's a car guy, though.
Mel says, if you don't run any of their oil, use FR3. It's amazing. And that's actually what the FR3 is for. If you run our oil, FR3 is in every one of our bottles. But, people are very oil loyal. So if you like your oil, keep your oil. I really challenge you to add our FR3. Even if you're using a high-end oil that you're really happy with, I challenge you to add FR3 to that oil. Because what you're getting out of the protection of any other oil out there is that moly, like we talked about earlier. We'll throw a little bit of our nanocarbons on top of that moly and see if it makes a difference. I guarantee you'll see a reduction in heat, and then it will make you wonder, well, wow, what if that's only a 5% dosage, so give us the other 95% and see if you like it. But if you like it, keep it, just add some FR3 there. Terry Howard's in from Georgia. What's up, Terry? What you got next here? Any other applications you want to talk about?
Construction, heavy duty equipment. Another one that's not even on here would be generator. Be a great generator oil.
Absolutely.
If you got especially if you're
constantly running.
Yeah, if you got a constant run generator, this is a great oil to put in. Now, if you're the guy that occasionally uses a diesel generator, our green diamond's probably good enough, or even a blue diamond.
Now, we have some customers that, and again, this is a very expensive oil, and we have some very large industrial customers that run rigs and stuff like that buy this stuff by by the tote, and you don't want to know how much a tote of the stuff costs.
No.
But they make that investment because they've seen the return on it. And so when you have heavy um, drilling, you know, big machinery, stuff that's constantly running, and the amount of the cost of downtime, the cost of wear, all that stuff dwarfs the cost of what the oil prevents for them. So it's an upfront investment for them on a very high-end Group 4 oil, has high TBN, high zinc. They pay that up front for it, and they see their maintenance costs go down and their downtime go down. So it works out in the math in the end. So where it's not to be used, we just pretty much talked about that, just as long as no emission systems.
Right.
This is pre-DPF or pre-catalytic converter or equipment that doesn't run emission systems.
For sure.
I have a whole list here. Did I hit all those things?
We really did. And what we really, I mean, it's like you said, it's the
There's
kitchen
some cool
sink and
stuff in here, though. I didn't know all this stuff. Improves fuel economy up to 3%. Oil consumption lowered 78% over CJ4 oil specs. And remember, we're 3 times over the CK4 zinc spec. Improved power reduces friction from the FR3. Extends oil change interval from the base oil. Increases film strength. We always see that with our FR3 as well, combined with the PAO oil. Improves oxidation stability, so it resists oxidation better. Improves aeration control. We always talk about, you know, foaming in the oil and so forth. Widens operating temperature range. What does that mean?
from the PAO. So since a PAO is very
Oh,
linear and it's
Sure.
the way the viscosity, so you can.
we're talking about
actually-
viscosity index.
Viscosity index, yep.
Right. And what's unique, oh man, I don't want to open that can of worms about the variable viscosity in here. So it's a PAO. So a polyalpha olefin can naturally adapt to temperature. And that's kind of where, what was it, how they say it in here? Widens operating temperature range.
Yep.
So when you're used to a 5W40 versus 15W40, that winter weight is made with using viscosity modifiers. We don't use any viscosity modifiers in these PAO oils, yet they still can have a wider range of operating and like a 15W40 or a 10W30. So theoretically, you could argue it's a straight weight oil because there's no viscosity modifiers, but it acts like a modified viscosity oil
Right.
because it's a PAO, and only because it's a 100% pure PAO too, which I've never found another company that makes 100% pure. I think there's a couple out there that use 4 or 5% PAO just to strengthen the base package. This is pure PAO, a full bottle of it, nothing else. Reduces shearing, we talked about that. Reduces deposit formation, noise, vibration, anti-rust production, and extends injector turbo and engine life. That's a lot out of some oil. But you get what you pay for, folks.
Absolutely. I want to throw in 2 other new products that's hit the website.
Oh,
So on each side here,
They out here?
EDT Plus Winter Defense
look at that bottle too.
and a 6-ounce bottle. Now, what's so cool about this?
I like the bottle. I like the neck.
It's capless, compatible. So
Right.
if you have a fuel door,
And
the
it's got
6 ounce,
this. It's got this tapered part too.
it does, yeah.
That's so it doesn't get stuck in
It doesn't
the
get
door,
stuck
right?
in the door. Yep. So it's made for capless systems. The other nice part, it treats 75 gallons, or on the double dose, performance dose, 37.5 gallons.
Which is
So perfect,
perfect
for
for,
about
right.
any pickup. So
so. And this is our EDT Plus Winter Defense product.
right.
And we're just getting out of that season. But for those of you still in cold climates, a new size option for you. And this will be ready available when we're ready to get back into the cold weather at the end of the year. Is there any placement you want to talk about on this, or is that
It's still to be determined.
Okay.
So, but a lot of our dealers have ordered it. And
we
if you're,
kind of made this for a purpose?
we did.
Why do we do a 6-ounce bottle? I don't know. You guys will see soon.
Well, think about it. It's a pour and go.
It is.
So it's someone that wants to try our brand for the first time, opportunity to try it, low cost point, easy to use with the delivery system there. It just makes a lot of sense. And really, our 4 ounces are real popular with
Yep.
guys. So this is your 4 ounce equivalent in your winter version.
Sure. And I have a feeling you're going to see that on retail shelves next year.
I do too.
I just have a feeling.
I don't have any commitments yet.
I just have a feeling.
You have a feeling.
Just sometimes you have gut feelings.
Yep.
Right, Chad? And then what's the other one?
Well, and we're going to spotlight EDT as well. 8-ounce EDT. 8-ounce.
So we have 4-ounce little bullet bottles.
Yep.
We have the 16-ounce squeeze that everybody knows so well.
Mm-hmm.
And now we got an 8.
Yeah.
I like it.
Perfect for semi-market. So as we continue
right.
to push into new markets and new opportunities.
Matter of fact, we rolled these out the door the morning I was leaving for Mid-America Trucking Show.
Yes.
And as a lot of you know, if you come to our events, we give you a free bottle of 4-ounce EDT. And at Matt's, we stepped it up, got these bottles done just in time, and we're giving 8-ounce bottles of EDT for free because 8 ounces treats
200 gallons.
200 gallons. So we figured it wasn't fair giving the big rig guys just 100 gallons of treatment. We want to treat both saddles, and so that's a 1 bottle and done for the big rigs.
Right, and that one there, you could see it some truck stops in the future.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you're leaking stuff.
Why not? I actually know there's an order in for them for
Right.
a few truck stops.
Well, there you go.
Not a big chain, but a couple.
Mel Robinson says he uses FR3 in our race cars, street cars, slot cars, and our Power Wheels. Tom Perini, what's up, buddy?
Tom?
Haven't seen Tom in a while. How you doing, partner? Mark Harris at Harris Synthetic Lubricants in Gallatin, Tennessee. How you doing, Mark? Good to see you in here, bud. Terry Harris says, what about wedge clutch systems like 4-wheelers? Whew. All right. Good question. Duly noted. You don't want me to answer this. So we've dealt with a lot of testing on like wet clutches when we, which I just saw another thing about motorcycles in here, or on another post, with motorcycle applications that have wet clutches. And we always we were told not to advise it simply because we had not had enough testing on it. We were worried that, and as for those that don't know, a wet clutch is basically when your engine shares the same oil as the transmission, basically. So engine oil is a lot different than transmission oil. You know, engine oil we're slipping, and transmission fluid we got to slip and grip, so it's complicated. And so we were worried that our FR3 in a wet clutch application would cause too much slip and not enough grip on the clutch side. I'm pretty sure I've been told since in years past saying that we now have had enough years of doing this that we have still yet to see an issue. So we advise that it's okay in a wet clutch now. We just needed the testing. We just wanted to be abundantly clear. So, yep, you are good to go with FR3 in a wet clutch. Andy Shank, what's up, brother? My car loves HSS products. Well, we love your car. My man's got a badass Mustang. Fred Johnson, Full Force Diesel. We put a 4-ounce bottle of EDT in every box out of 7 3-point injectors starting soon. Great product. That's awesome. Yeah, I was just talking to Fred yesterday. It looks like they want to kind of put a little package together that their turbos go out with it. And it really is a good thing. It's like let people know like out of the gate. And just like we have in the FR3 in our oils, in the stiction eliminator, cleaning out the bearing side of those turbos as well. So turbo care is important to us, and we can do it both on these products here. So, what else we got, Josh?
Looking at EDT, doing a spotlight on that, and it's that time of year. We're out of winter finally. I hope in most parts of the country at least. And so, if you've used our EDT Plus Winter Defense for anti-gel, it's really good to continue that care all year long with EDT. And it's literally the same formulation without the anti-gel. So we're raising cetane up to 7 points, lubricity, fuel economy increases, and really just keeping our diesel healthy because we're taking care of the moisture, the rust and corrosion, fuel stabilizer. Again, 6-in-1. I believe Chad's got a nice video that explains that as well.
Oh, cool. Roll it. And you make a good point there about the EDT. Like, I always think backwards. I always think EDT is like our main product, and we have a winter version of it. But a lot of people enter the additive market in the winter side.
Right.
So I hear it all the time. Like, I don't really use additives, but in the winter I throw an anti-gel in there. I'm like, well, it's an additive. It's kind of like I hear often about like the CP4 stuff. It's like, yeah, I don't believe in that snake oil stuff, but I need some lubricity for my CP4. It's like, but hopefully some of you that may have tried our EDT Plus Winter Defense, or maybe formerly used our Diesel Winter Anti-Gel in the wintertime, you should see the gain of that and keep it going throughout the summertime and or the warm weather climate, wherever you're at. So get your EDT. It's EDT season.
Yeah, and also mention that you might want to check out our social media throughout the next upcoming weeks. We got a couple more product launches on the way as well.
Cool. A couple more.
Yeah.
What we just talked about in the manager meeting?
Yeah.
You're not going to tell them now?
Nah.
No. He said no.
I'm waiting for the labels to come in the door.
Some cool stuff, though. I will
is.
say we got some really cool products in the pipeline that some stuff people have been asking us for a while.
Yeah, they ought to come work in my shoes for a day and try to figure out how to make it all work.
Get them all out, get them all going.
No, but it's a fun it really is a fun process to formulate these new products, work with our R&D, and then work on.
It's just cool that I'm so glad that we still make problem-solving products. It's like every time I hear these new products come out, I'll be honest, I'm sitting there going, oh man, I hope we don't make some weird, crappy product nobody wants or something. But we always seem to. We get so much demand from customers, from you guys out there, telling us what you need. We need a better lubricant for this. We need a better lubricant. So that guides our R&D and our product development. And I'm saying this dead honest truth. Like a lot of companies, maybe smart, maybe not. I don't know. Look at market opportunity and say, oh, what could we make that could fit in the market and we can sell? We never do that here. We just left our management meeting that we have every Tuesday. That's never been a discussion at Hot Shot Secret once in my entire career here. It's always what's needed, what can we improve on, what problems can we fix, and that mantra has carried us to this point. And it's we continue to just put out really good problem-solving products. So some of the stuff coming down the pipeline is just so cool. I'm excited to get it out. If you can just get those products out.
I know, if I could just get those out in between all the other fun things that we do. Dealer shout-outs.
Tony McKinney, don't call me. I'm live. You should be in here. Shout-outs to some dealers. Who we got here?
Got Premier Alignment and Repair in Billings, Montana.
Oh, cool. You know what? We got an NHRDA race in Billings, Montana.
I know.
We'll have to come see you. I hope you guys come by the race.
And Peach State Performance in Axton, Georgia.
I just set them up just the last week at their Florida race. Really nice guy.
Good job, Chad. Good job picking those out.
Big fan of our products. So
huge fan. Huge.
So we really appreciate Peach State Performance coming on board. Looking forward to working with you guys more. Matter of fact, I saw just last night Peach State Performance just put in a reorder. I just sent up their first order last week. So that's really good. We appreciate you guys having on. And Premier Alignment and Repair, I'm going to look you guys up, and I want you guys to come out to the NHRDA race in Billings, Montana. We're going to be there. Which is
coming up this weekend, right?
It is. That's
Friday, Saturday?
Busy weekend this weekend.
Very busy.
We're very proud to title sponsor the two largest diesel drag racing associations in America. And Outlaw Diesel Super Series, we just kicked off the season 2 weeks ago down in Orlando. And now the follow-up is here. Rudy's Spring Jam. Been around forever. I don't know. It's the 500th anniversary of Rudy's, it feels like. It's at the Rock in Rockingham. Great facility. We moved that race to just a couple years ago. And shout out to my man Dan Van Horn that runs the Rock down there. The guys had a good season opener in Florida, so everybody's racked up, and some of the guys couldn't make the first race or make it down to Florida, waiting on parts. Mm-hmm. So Rudy's is now kind of like the one everybody's kind of ready and making it to. So we'll be out there. Matt Steinmetz, my new roadie, is going to be. And shout out to Dan Van Horn at the Rock. He let us leave our trailer down there. I went on the way back from Florida, so I appreciate that. So Matt's going to drive down, restock the trailer, Trey will be there for the weekend, while I'm heading with Rex Porter, our account executive, West
Big
Coast.
Rexy.
NHRDA season opener kicks off at Firebird Motorsports Park, formerly Wild Horse Pass.
That's all it was.
Beautiful complex. We had a big show there last year for the season opener of NHRDA. They've got a truck show and shine that, man, we had a couple hundred trucks there last year. It was crazy how big the big rig show and shine was. But, track Friday, Saturday to kick off the drag racing season on the West Coast. So one weekend, East Coast, West Coast, diesel drag racing, title sponsored by Hot Shot Secret. The season is here, and we're off and running.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, our buddy Michael Beard there with Staging Light kicks off his season for our bracket racers out there. It's Staging Light's Stone Jug Championship Bracket Series, which is a really cool series that Michael has put together. It's at Keystone Raceway. They've got 3 races over the year. So for you big money bracket racers out there, check out Staging Light's a new series. I talked to Michael yesterday. He told me that they're under like 2 inches of rain right now. They're expected to get like 3 inches of rain in the next few days. It's not looking good for those guys. So they may have to reschedule this first one of the year. But if you want to catch that racing, Motor Mania is covering it. Hot Shot Secret is sponsoring the Motor Mania live feed, so it's free for you. You can go to YouTube, find Motor Mania, watch all the Staging Light racing this weekend.
Motor Mania does a great job covering.
They do a really good job, and it's free. It's free. They get sponsors like us to cover the tab, so you at home can watch it for free. And one cool thing we're doing with this bracket series as well is Hot Shots is it's a point series over 3 races for the Stone Jug title. And the winner of the point series, we're also donating a full race car swap of fluids. So engine oil, all of our adrenaline racing stuff, engine oil, trans fluid, gear oil, our new racing top lube, all that stuff. So we're going to give a nice prize package to the series champion too. So hope you guys get it in this weekend. If not, stay tuned and we'll let you know when that's rescheduled. What's going on TV Land?
TV Lands this Saturday, Truck U at 1 p.m. featuring Diesel Extreme. And then following weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, Saturday at 1 p.m., we got Maddie G on with her dragster over on Truck U again.
Yep.
And then,
Great episode.
Great episode. So if you want to see a diesel dragster up close and personal.
A really cool one.
Really cool one. And then Truck U again on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Featuring EDT Plus.
In a 6-ounce size?
It is not in a 6
Okay.
ounce. It is in a squeeze somewhere around here.
All right.
It's in my squeeze right here.
There you go. No. Richard's going to run in here, say, cut the tape, cut the tape.
Cut. It's in a shot size.
There you go. For all of you that don't know, Steve Summers. You catch the Steve Summers Overnight Drive live from the Hot Shot Secret Studio every single night, Monday through Friday, midnight to 5 a.m. You can find it on all the podcast sites and all that good stuff, or go to overnightdrive.com to find out how you can download and listen to Steve. I'm going to be calling in. I promised Mindy I'd call in Thursday night. I'm flying out to Arizona, setting up the booth, and then I'm like, ooh, I'm West Coast. Yep. So it's like 9 to 2 there,
yes.
Rather than midnight to 5. Mm-hmm. So
a whole lot better.
I'll be checking in with those guys. Good to see all those guys out at match recently, so. Yeah,
and speaking of sales, we got a couple retail ones, actually 2 of them, Loves and Pilot Flying J. So right now at Pilot Flying J, if you buy 2 32-ounce bottles of EDT, you will receive 800 My Rewards Plus points, and that's through the end of the month. And then switching over to Loves, buy 2 Diesel Extreme 64-ounce and receive 1,000 of the Loves points over there.
So, 1,000 points.
1,000 points.
What's 1,000 points get you these days?
It's
Loves?
$10 in value.
Oh, is that
it really is.
That's a good deal. Then.
It is a good deal. I mean, if you're going to use it anyway, you're going to pick it up at the truck stop.
Yep.
Hey, why not? And
more.
So, moving on to our web.
That
one's not going on.
Okay.
Roll tape. We have our tax break bonanza sale. Bonanza. It's bananas. If you buy a bundle of $50 plus, you get a free hat on the website. Yeah, a free Richardson hat. Yeah, I'm making it rain hats.
Yeah.
They're gone. They're already gone. Like we are making hats rain.
So any
bundle. So you could buy the Diesel Duo. You could buy.
and we have a bundle page on the website,
yes,
right?
yeah. So if you go to on products specials, that gives you all your bundles pretty
And it's
much.
right at the top, I think.
Yep.
And there you go.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
I'll
so
tell
you got
you,
like
if
a
you don't-
6-pack of EDT Plus. You got a 6-pack of EDT.
Well, and that's what I love about it. It's like we have really cool bundle set up where it's like, okay, if you're somebody who just buys EDT a lot, there's a bundle pack in there. But also, if you're maybe a first-time user of our products and you go to our website, I recommend going to this page. We got the Bimmer bundle. It's like the small engine special. Like we get the big rig stuff. We have
You
stuff
got
that's kind
Power
of
Stroke Duramax.
it's catered to
There's
your
a
vehicle.
fuel
so-
saver.
right.
There's a fuel one as well. There's an oil side one.
And if you don't know what to get, ask a friend, call us.
Even
Or
got ones
go
for
on there.
RV.
RV packages, right? But there's always something for you to
job,
try
Joe.
that has all those on there. So take a look at those bundles.
Yep.
Grab any bundle, total $50, free hat.
Yep. Just
Josh
use,
is making it rain.
I'm
hats.
making it rain hats. I'm finding a new hat supplier now.
So you have to use the coupon code, right?
you do. Just
Tax 24.
Tax 24. It's at the top of the page as well. But yep, use tax.
Tax
20.
break bonanza. What do you think when you hear bonanza?
I think of the Western show.
Me too.
Yep.
So I really wanted to try to get Cowboy Lynn from Fire Punk to do a promo video for us, but didn't have time.
Yeah.
Maybe next year for the bonanza. You gotta keep them in the loop.
Yeah. Stay on the loop. Everything Hot Shot Secret, including sales, news, blogs, new product releases, and more. Subscribe to our email newsletter at hotshotsecret.com/email.
/email.
Yep.
Blake Bradford's in here. What's up, Blake? Says, what's up, buddy? Thanks for everything y'all do for our program. Man, Blake's got a beautiful car. Glad to see him out running hard this year. Timothy Motorsport says, any talking to Tim Gentry for use in his trucks or race cars? Is that Tim Gentry? Is that Gentry and Sons?
I'm not putting the two together right now.
We'll look into that. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. I know Gentry and Sons. He's a guy that tows a lot of Cletus's vehicles around. We worked with him. I know he really loves our fuel additives, but I'm not really sure who that you're referring to there. Todd Roberts, that's my buddy. FR3, put that shit. I said shit. I read it. CHIT in everything. Yeah, Todd, awesome track down there at the Rock. Dan's a good dude. Mike Cole's in here, says, what's up? Love the new assembly lube. Man, our assembly lube, I had no idea it was going to take off like that.
Yeah.
Like, it was never intended to do that well. But people absolutely love it. So, yeah, for any of you guys.
And you can actually order that at O'Reilly's as well.
What?
On their website, yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Or in store, it's on their website, so you can get it in the store, like, 2
Order it
days.
to the store.
Order it to the store, even. You can go in the store and be like, I want some of
Pretty
that
cool.
Hot Shots assembly lube.
Pretty cool. Or we can get it on Amazon store or direct on our website, hotshotsecret.com.
Or a lot of our dealers as well carry it in
Find out
stock.
your dealer, yeah. If you go on our website, check on where to buy, you can actually search for a product too.
Right.
So if you're looking specifically for assembly lube, go to our where to buy, punch in, click the box for assembly lube, and it'll show you all the dealers and independent locations where you can buy it at. Mel says, I have people ask for gas extreme and gas treatment need to be at the auto stores. We know. We're getting it.
Well, I'll go one more. I'm going to shout out back to
Uh-oh.
O'Reilly's one more time.
Uh-oh.
They added it to their online collection.
Online collection.
Online collection. So select managers could carry it in store,
Right.
but most likely they got to order it from the DC and have it in a couple days.
Right.
So you can, if hey, you want to order it, don't want to pick it up locally, there's a source. And then also, once again, that dealer network is a great place to go look for that as well.
And so people understand, like, I know this sounds crazy to some people, but we don't decide what goes into retail stores. If it was that easy, we'd have everything on the retail shelf. Retail's a long game. Like, you get like once a year to try to pitch the next product.
I'm actually going out in 2 weeks to one, and then another couple weeks after that to another
And do another
retailer.
review. And,
do a
and
review, and
hopefully they
we
pick our
talk
stuff up. And,
So O'Reilly's, we pitched them Gasline Extreme because of you guys.
Yep.
And they said, well, I don't think we can quite do it this year, but we'd like to test it on our online. So
now it's online.
now it's online.
So sometimes it's baby steps. We know we've gotten a lot of questions specifically about Gas Extreme of like, why isn't it available in retail? we're pushing the retailers. And the good news is, on the overall spectrum of lubricants in the market and retail right now, we're doing very well. And we're getting a lot more shelf placement. We're getting a lot more pickups. They're adding a lot more of our products. We're moving a lot of our competition off the shelf, which is, I mean, someone's got to survive here, you know. So I'd rather eat than starve. So it's going that direction. I see Gasoline Extreme being one of the next products that's going to be widely available in retail. Just a matter of time. So we're working on it. We hope to get in there soon. Josh Lawyer's in. What's up, Josh? Todd Roberts says he works at a knife manufacturer too, by the way.
Oh.
He says the gun and bow lube works great on knives, locks, and door hinges.
I can attest to the door hinges.
I can too.
I had one, and I'm like, where is that gun oil at?
Right. Josh Lawyer's in here. What's up, Josh? Mark says, thank you guys for all you do for us dealers. There was stuff I asked for and needed included in my order this week. Awesome. Glad to get that out to you, Mark. Appreciate it. Must have been me selling from the trunk of my car. Terry, we know you saw the trunk of your car. Matter of fact, when we were at the O'Reilly's summit, your general manager was in there, and I was like, I don't know if he was those years. But they had a lot to good to say about you, so we appreciate the support, Terry. So that's a wrap for this episode. We're really excited about this Black Diamond 10W30. If you have any additional questions about it, feel free to give us a call. Put a message down below. Chad will follow us up on all this stuff. So if you got a really highly technical question, we'll get you right to the lab rats, and they can answer those questions.
Do they appreciate being called lab rats?
Well, they're called lab respected. I don't know. I was trying to think of an acronym for rat, but it is a complicated oil.
It is.
It's a very complicated oil, and people wonder what could be in an oil that's that expensive, but the answer is everything. So if you want the best oil ever made, this is it. Now it's available in a 10W30, so a new 30 weight opportunity for a lot of new applications out there.
Absolutely. And I actually said, you know, guys, since you did all this work, how hard would it be to do a 5W40?
They're like,
They're actually not too bad now.
All right, well, there you go. Maybe something new coming.
Well, if you got something you need, you got to tell us.
That's right.
We'll work on it.
That's right. And that's like to you guys. Rodrigo McMaster has begged me for this for 4 years now. So we do listen to you guys. It just takes a while sometimes, but keep us hungry, keep us feeding us with your ideas and your problems out there. We like solving them. So this is just another one of those. So available now on the website and available through our dealers. Black Diamond 10W30. That's a wrap. I'm heading to Arizona. Matt's heading to North Carolina. Have a fun race weekend. We'll probably go live from both tracks and both coasts and give you an update on how everyone's doing.
All right.
Until next time. Hot shots out or something? Yeah, something clever.
Stay classy.
Stay classy. See you next time.
See ya.